Welcome to Mid-South Outdoor Life, the channel dedicated to an active outdoor lifestyle, bringing you content like blue cat fishing videos, mountain biking and hiking videos, flathead catfishing videos. We'll do some high-performance watercraft reviews, some blue cat fishing tips and tricks videos, gotta do truck and ATV reviews, some bass fishing videos. We'll even do some monster blue cat fishing videos, some motorcycle and dirt bike reviews, some hunting and firearm reviews, and we'll get back to that monster blue cat fishing, because we love blue cat fishing on this channel. The point is, if any or all of these topics interest you, you should look below the screen and click that subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing. Let's get to it. Alright guys, in my opinion, any review, including this one, is pretty worthless if you don't know at least a little bit about the reviewer so that you might understand where the reviewer is coming from when they give opinions on the product. So we're going to take just a second to tell you about me so you'll know where I'm coming from. I've been riding a little over 30 years. I started on a little Honda Trail 70 like you see in the picture. Since then, I've had it all, I've done it all. I've raced moto, I've raced enduro, I've had street bikes, 200-mile-an-hour rockets, I've had it all. Lately, I've spent a lot of time with vintage bikes and various enduros, but mostly I've spent a lot of time on the DRZ Supermoto. It's a fun bike. It's got its pluses, but they're super heavy and they suck off-road. That left me with a desire to get something a little bit more modern once again, something with a true off-road wheel and tire, and something that was really light. I landed on the Beta 300RR. Beta's got a lot of cool bikes. Somehow I ended up with this one. To be honest, going with a two-stroke probably wasn't the best decision. I swore them off years ago, probably should have stuck with that. Anyway, I got it home. First thing I did was I straightened out the levers, checked a few nuts and bolts, the stuff you always do with a new bike before you take it for its first spin. In addition to that, I don't really like my brakes to be too touchy. Betas are known for that. So I pulled the pads out of the front and I chamfered down the edge. That takes a lot of bite out and something I recommend, well, pretty much anyone should try that. Also, the kickstands on these are known to suck. They're too small and they sink in the soft dirt. So I took mine, made it about twice as big as it was, and it works a lot better. After that, it was time to go for the first ride. Okay, here I am trailside. I'm going to give you the quick and dirty initial impressions on my first ride on this bike. And I'm going to cut right, just cut right to the chase and keep it simple. First thing I'll talk about is the power. I've read a lot of reviews about these Beta 302 strokes being soft, not having the power of other bikes, but I got to tell you, I'm blown away. I think it's a fast bike. I think it's got plenty of power. But, I'm 40 years old, never been very fast, and I'm not a maniac like I was when I was a kid. So, plenty of power for me. That's a good and a bad thing. I actually wish it was more mellow. I wish it had less two-stroke hit. You can tractor it really, really well. I am impressed with that. It seems like this thing will stay alive at like 300 or 400 RPM chugging up a hill. So that's cool, but it does have a whole lot more traditional two-stroke hit than what I had hoped for. The transmission is great. It shifts super smooth. The clutch pull on the 18 is significantly lighter than it was on the 17. I'm really noticeable on that. It feels real similar to a KTM in my opinion. So yeah, good transmission, good clutch. Suspension. I'm extremely satisfied with the suspension. I've read mixed reviews on the Sachs forks and just the overall suspension performance of the Beta models. I think it feels awesome. I weigh 205 pounds, just over 6 foot tall, and I just ride a mix of conditions: gravel, sand, hard pack trail, roots and rock, just all of it. I've done some small jumps, nothing big, 30 foot, little stuff. And it's great. I think it feels awesome. It corners good. The bike feels as light as a bicycle when you're riding it. I mean, you can flick it around. Handling seems good. The front brake is a death trap. I highly recommend chamfering the cutting edge on your pads to take a little bit of that bite out. I like to do that on a lot of bikes actually that have these super strong hydraulic brakes. The seat is about like a 2x4. You definitely want a seat concept seat if you're gonna sit on it at all. Yeah, there you go. I wish it were more mellow in the power department. The suspension is great. Overall handling seems great. But take it for what it's worth. I've spent a total of 15 minutes on the bike. There you have it. Okay, a few final thoughts after spending another 10 minutes on the bike, riding a little bit harder. The gear shifter, it's pretty awesome. Most Japanese bikes that I've ever had, my feet are always cramped up. I wear a size 12, and there's never enough room for my feet at the shifter. But this one has a ton of room stock. You don't have to order a different shifter, or I always cut mine and welded them, made them longer. But this one's got tons of room, so that's a good thing. I can't say enough good about the handling. It's awesome. The suspension is really good for a slow 40-year-old. I dig it. It does everything well in that department. I just think it should be a 4-stroke, so you don't have that stupid 2-stroke hit. Other than that, pretty damn cool.